Okay. And welcome to the live stream, guys. I hope everyone's having a pretty amazing day or night, wherever you're watching. As always, just want to give a heads up to any and all in the chat. I can't actually see the chat from where I am because I am live streaming right now through my phone, and it's like right above, so I can't read what you guys are writing. But feel free to say hi or leave any words of encouragement or whatever. Just remember, look, if you can't be interesting, be funny. If you can't be funny, be interesting. And if you can't say anything nice, write a book. I'm gonna see if I can smash this out in like basically record time. So I saw this thing that was trending over the last couple of days. People using ChatGPT to make digital caricatures of themselves and share them online. And in many respects, that's kind of breaching your own data. At least that's how I see it. And you can get some amazing results. Like I look at what can be done with AI, and I'm just like, wow. There's a real inflection moment of this really could be too good to be true. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This pen is it's used for Japanese calligraphy. I picked this up at Daiso, which is like a little like convenience store. They've got them all over the place. And yeah, basically, I use this for drawing. I don't use it for writing Japanese calligraphy or anything like that. I don't know how to write kanji or whatever. Um, but yeah, like if I could recommend just a brush pen, this would be it. Like I have nothing but praise for this particular brand. And I can't, for the life of me, read what this says. You have to use like Google Translate. I think it says, hang on, actually, I'll just see what it says in Google Translate. Um, it says, oh, it just says um, portable writing brush pen with flexible tip. That is quite literally what it translates to. Like I was in Japan back in 2024, and I was visiting Hiroshima, and they had a stationery store there, and they were selling like pens and brushes, and note paper and all that kind of like stuff for Japanese calligraphy. And I picked up some of these pens, and um, because of the exchange rate, they were really cheap. And you can use it for writing anyway. Like the ink is really nice. I'm pretty sure it's water based. Dries on contact pretty quickly. It doesn't really bleed too much, which is good. So the Super Bowl was on. I didn't end up watching the game itself. Like I wanted to tune in and check it out, but the opportunity was gone. Like of all the sports that I have next to no interest in, American Gridiron is pretty close to the top of that list. Like it's a cool sport, but like I'm never been, particularly interested in sport, even as a kid. I have memories to this day of having the scoring system of cricket explained to me, and the rules and everything, and my eyes just glazing over. But I remember when one of my mates, um, he started getting into baseball. He had like the mitt, and the had the bat and stuff and all that. And I thought that was really cool because like cricket, I didn't understand. I just thought it was just like a weird old man's game, and you know none of it really made sense to me. Like as I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate it more. But as a kid growing up in Australia, I just looked at it like it was just, yeah, just a bunch of senior citizens running around, trying not to get hit with a red ball. But yeah, like baseball, I understood. Cricket, I just never, it never clicked with me. I've been drawing approximately uh, 34 years now. I started when I was really young. I wasn't really that good at it as a kid, but I've been told that I used to leave the throw cushions and the couches and the chairs in the living room covered with drawings of faces. So I think it was always kind of predestined for me to get into this line of work. When I got my first big break, started getting paid and everything, I just realized that it would never be a hobby ever again. It's weird, like, I don't draw for fun, but I always draw for fun. It's a weird situation. Like, I've been able to leverage something that I used to do to stave off boredom as a kid into an actual career. I like rock. I like the idea of rock climbing. Like, I've been drawing a lot of rock climbers recently. I like the idea of the sport, but I'm only really interested in like indoor rock climbing. And even that, I think, has too many risks involved with it. So just the fact that you can sort of get to the top and, one foot slip and you just become a paraplegic, that just does not vibe with me at all. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe if you're so inclined, or follow, or whatever. So yeah, I'll leave a list of the art supplies that I use, like in the description of the video once it uploads, just to give a comprehensive breakdown of all the materials that I use. Give me a minute. Let me know if you guys have ever done this thing called bouldering, which apparently is just indoor rock climbing, but on a smaller scale. It's like you still apparently climb the rocks, you just do it at a, I guess, more, um, not quite so dangerous pace. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Appreciate the interest. So apparently she's wearing the right gear for bouldering. I've never been bouldering before. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I saw the Flying Fox. I thought that was kind of fun. I think the Flying Fox would be like my favorite. The great thing about a brush pen as well is you can just turn it on its side and you can block in a whole bunch of detail. With just shadow. Really easy. Cool, now that bit's done. Now I just start to get rid of the pencil line. Very simple. very simple process. You just want to clear up the artwork and make it look all pretty and presentable. Now we just move on to the tone. Try to keep everything relatively simple. Probably heard that in the background. So I upload a sped up version of this as a time lapse. So if you're a fan, make sure you look out for that one. Looks like this one's coming to the end of its life. You can always tell when a alcohol-based pen is starting to give up the ghost. It's always a little bittersweet when you start seeing the pen run dry. So as always, I'll just get some isopropyl. This stuff is really, really useful. And I'll just spray some in the cap. And I will dunk the end. Just give it a bit of a swish around. Now this will dilute the ink substantially, but it will artificially extend the life of the pen just a little bit longer, which is very useful in the long run. And interesting thing that finally settled down after that rather crazy introduction to the year that we've just had. Like, a lot of cool things are happening in February, but nowhere near the kind of dramatic shake-up that we had in January. I honestly felt like we'd lived an entire decade in the span of a month. Almost at the Really want to darken this hair. That's more like it. Okay. Interesting. I'm currently in the market for a replacement car. And I've just been going to inspections. Haven't really found anything that I like yet. It's really weird when you don't really have like your own vehicle. Like for the first time, I'm depending on others. And it's kind of annoying, like, you know, not having the freedom just to, you know, just jump in the car and go for a bit of a drive. Like, I miss that. Obviously, I'll be, you know, back to driving relatively soon. This is just an intermission, not the end. Yeah, I think I do. I think I do have the right one. Yeah, really get that hair nice and dark looking. I think this is like the third rock climber I've ever drawn. You can get some pretty interesting poses. It's a little bit more dynamic than just somebody standing around or sitting at a desk or something. Getting a little bit tired. A very full-on kind of day. On those days it doesn't really relent. Like, I am well and truly overdue for summer to be over. Like, I get that from a climate perspective, that's a bit of wishful thinking on my part. But yeah. Definitely none too keen on this relentless mugginess that we're experiencing. I mean, it does make for some pretty decent napping weather, but that's about it. I love a good nap. I am very pro nap. I can crash out on the floor or on a couch. I'm actually quite adept at it. Back when I was a younger man and partying was what I did, I realized pretty quickly that I could sleep pretty much anywhere. Nope. I'll be right back. Oh, wait a minute. Nearly done, guys. So these are these are the cheapest pens that I've got. They're called Creative Play. So I get these from the supermarket chain Aldi when they have them in stock. And I gotta say that they're pretty special. I like these ones. I simplify everything down. When you're a cartoonist, you don't really have time to do like a lot of elaborate bits and pieces. You just want to get the drawing done fast, but do it in such a way that it looks cool. That's essentially the heart and soul of being a cartoonist. You've got to be able to express an idea, or a political opinion, or just sort of capture somebody's likeness, and do it in a quick but meaningful way. I think a lot of cartoonists sort of forget that, They're under the impression that they have to make the artwork ponderously and excessively detailed and stuff. And I've fallen into that trap myself. Like, I'll be just overworking a drawing to the point where I lose the likeness of somebody, or it's gone on for way too long, and my passion for the artwork is, in that period of time, just dwindled to nothing. And I just kind of look at it like, okay, fine, I've got unfinished business. I mean, I get my work done in the end, but motivation, like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, it runs out. Motivation is a bit like a turbocharge, or like a nitrous boost on a high performance, like, funny car or whatever. Like, it can send you sailing off into these amazing sort of wonderful new adventures and everything, but at the same time, if you're not careful, you just run out of that fuel. And if you don't have you can't just have motivate that. You can't just use adrenaline and panic as the only things driving you forward, because that works sort of very short term. It's ideal for getting away from danger. But long term, it's a completely different kettle of fish. And you sort of get that muscle memory just to power through stuff after a while. You don't really think about it that much. You just think, look, I got to do this. I can find a silver lining to pretty much any cloud. I've always prided myself on that ability. really sort of build up some shadows and outlines. Might chucking in a bit of extra detail here and there. Thank you very much. I appreciate the words of encouragement. Sorry for the long periods of silence. I kind of get into the zone a bit and usually have nothing to talk about for pretty much most of the day. Like, you ever just go through the entire day just not really saying anything? Well, that's pretty much what it's like for me. And it suits me just fine. I love it. Nothing to really complain about. Hope everyone's having a good day or night, depending on what part of the planet you're watching from. Isn't that amazing that I'm broadcasting to like the world? Although I have a reasonably high suspicion that I'm only reaching certain key demographics. This one's come together rather nicely. Very happy with the outcome here. Hope you guys are too. Those of you who've been able to withstand the quiet. The je ne sais quoi of ASMR. Everything needs texture. And the great thing about these brush tip ones is you can draw with them as well. So you can just sort of throw in cobblestones or just suggest that they're there. It gives it something more to bite down on visually. Because what you're making for the viewer is something for them to consume. You want them walking away like satisfied with what you've made. You want them to come back and look at it again and go, oh, I didn't notice that before. That's really cool. Or at least that's the theory anyway. Oh, just going to give this a bit of a spritz. I want to introduce a bit of highlight white. I do love me a bit of the old highlight white. These are super cheap as well. I got these from Kmart. So I think I'll be wrapping this one up fairly soon. Actually pretty happy with how this one turned out. Sometimes I overwork them just a little bit. The average person doesn't really notice, but I do. Like someone who's just sort of casually seeing this for the first time might think, I don't see anything wrong with it. Whereas I'll be just like really critical. Like it's not the end of the world because I've always got, something else to work on. Cool. Actually, pretty happy with how that one turned out. Anyway, it's actually been a really good session tonight. I'll be back doing Sketch Jam next week. Be finishing off those famous faces and doing some new stuff. Will be coming up pretty soon. Would like to thank everybody who's joined in. Participated, checked out the show. You guys are very, very much appreciated. And it wouldn't be the same without you. Even if all you did was have a bit of a lurk, you guys are all welcome to watch. Thank you so much. Oh, careful. Sorry, I just knocked something over there. So it's important every now and then to change your perspective on the drawing itself. So you don't get like too locked into just one way of looking at it. Because you notice different stuff from different perspectives. At least I do anyway. Anyway, guys, until next time, I want to send a special thank you to everyone on all the different platforms who are watching me live. And yeah, I will see you when I see you. See ya.